Hey Eurovision fans, the final 8 countries from the second semi-final of Eurovision 2024 have taken to the stage for the first time. We're going to look through the press photos and talk about the TikTok, and I'm going to give you my analysis of who's gained momentum, who's lost momentum, and how this could affect who qualifies. So let's kiki. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tom. I'm an Irish Eurovision analyst, and you can find all of this stuff on my Eurovision channel. So as always, a big shout out to the EBU, Corinne Cumming and Sarah Louise Bennett for providing these photos. Really beautiful photos every single rehearsal. I'm not going to play the TikToks on the channel because of copyright reasons, but of course, if you want to go check them out, just go to the Eurovision account on TikTok and you can see everyone's TikTok as they're released. Okay, so first up we have Dons singing Hollow for Latvia. Now, some really interesting pictures here. The outfit is probably the most striking thing about this really deep, rich royal blue bodice, giving me a little bit of Sparta vibe. I feel like he's been working out recently. I feel like he's been trying to like bulk up for Eurovision. Not a bad strategy, you know, to get more muscles, maybe you'll get more televotes. I actually quite like it. It's a little bit daring. I think some people might look at this and say it's possibly a little bit arrogant because, you know, it's got faux abs put on. But then again, it's probably easier just to fake put abs on your clothes than it is to actually get abs. Getting abs is extremely difficult. But yeah, I like it. It's dramatic. I think this blue is absolutely gorgeous. It's really deep royal blue, and I like the pants as well. Kind of a little bit of a homage to the final performance that he did in Supernova where he was in those hospital scrubs. So they kept the blue, but they got rid of the hospital vibe and got Sparta vibe instead. So I think I prefer Sparta over hospital doctor who's just come out of surgery. The main thing here is this big circle that it looks like he's standing in. I actually think I saw it in TikTok. It looks like it's quite high quality. I think it's got some sort of imprint on the inside, so I'm not sure if it does anything. But yeah, like it looks that, you know, it's hollow. It's quite literal. He's going to be standing in this hollow. He's hollow. I think it makes some pretty images. You can see here now, this is very beautiful image of him standing there with this dark kind of arch frame of the circle. And then we've got this kind of like nightscape. It looks like an evening time blue down to kind of a white ombre effect. Again, him standing in front. So I think they're going to be able to pick up a lot of pretty camera angles. I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed because it really does seem like they've gone for pretty here, and they've done that successfully. I just don't think pretty's gonna cut it for Latvia. I think that they needed to have gone interpretive storytelling, go for something really quite outrageous or daring in terms of what they're doing on stage. I keep thinking of that music video from Radiohead called Just. Go check that out, it's a really cool one, where there's this guy lying on the floor and people are asking why he's lying on the floor, and it ends up there's a twist at the end. Something like that, just something that is really conceptual, really getting into the like deep emotional part of the song and then representing it. I know in the music video there were lots of people who were dressed as him. I would have loved something like that. 6 Dons on the stage, all doing different things, giving this angst, this internal turmoil. Instead, we're just getting pretty visuals with a circle. So it's just the strategy they've gone for me is like too safe. It's too kind of like basic bitch pretty, and it's gonna look gorgeous. I don't deny that for a second, but I just don't think that's enough for Latvia because the song is a little bit safe. So I think they should have gone for something bigger, kind of similar to what Poland did. You know, I think Poland also have a safe song, and then they've gone for something a little bit more out there and weird, and it feels like they're trying a little bit harder to go outside the box. Whereas these pictures are they're not giving me excitement. I don't think that if you watch this song on mute, you'd be able to pick out what this theme of it is because it's not really, like it's just a circle. So yeah, a little bit disappointed here. I actually thought last year the staging was so amazingly gorgeous from Latvia. So I felt like maybe they were onto something in terms of creativity, but perhaps that was actually just Southern Lights' idea as opposed to the delegations. Yeah, just watch the TikTok. Just watch the TikTok. Nothing really new to add. I think that if you look at the ballots in semi-final number 2, you've got Israel and then you've also got France who are performing. Now, obviously people can't vote for France, but they're still going to be consciously or subconsciously comparing to Dons. I feel like the advantage that Dons had over those 2 songs is that his lyrics and his voice are more raw, but then they've gone for a very pretty, beautiful performance. So it feels like, I feel like they should have gone into the rawness and had something like grungy and dirty and in your face and a little bit, maybe making the viewer a tiny bit uncomfortable, weird and unusual, and they haven't. So yeah, I'm disappointed for Latvia, but who knows, maybe some people might see this and think it looks stunning. I think against Israel and France, it's probably going to come out 3rd place. Okay, next up we have Megara singing 11:11 for San Marino. Now, I really love this color palette. Very strong, theme of black, white and pink, which we can see in this outfit. She's also got a little bit of a monster vibe going on, similar to Nemo. There's a little bit of a kind of like monster paw, cookie monster, pink cookie monster thing going on with a vinyl pink top and then the buns, one pink, one black. Really, really cool styling, giving a little bit of, what's that villain from Batman? Harley Quinn, giving a little bit of Harley Quinn. I think pink and black is such a super cool contrast. And then the white as well. It just looks really, really clean and cool. I think the key thing that they've done here is the costumes. I believe that they don't have a gigantic budget, but you can see here, everyone's got their own costume. I love this black and pink monster. I believe that they're going to take off their outfits to be skeletons towards the end. I think these are the twin dancers, but this looks really, really cool. I think a lot of maybe young audience members will love this because it is so vibrant and playful and creative. It feels a little bit like a dream or a nightmare. We can see almost like a cartoon image of Kenzie, the lead vocalist, with the buns as well. So hopefully there's something playful here. I think this song is solid, but I don't think it has enough wow moments within the melody. So I think that they do need to go pretty dangerous with the staging. I can see a couple of things here which give me the inclination that they're going to take a couple of risks and just be memorable. They're pretty late in the running order. They've got Italy voting, although Italy, I think it's a little bit of a situationship. I don't think Italy feel indebted to give San Marino points whatsoever. I look back historically and Italy doesn't really bother giving points to San Marino. Again, we can see here with the costumes, I think these costumes are really fun. You can see everyone's got, you can't really see it, but that guitarist, first of all, the guitar looks really cool. I believe he's got like a tiger print on his sleeve. And then you can see Kenzie, she's almost got this like dinosaur style spine on her back as well. So really, really cool use of costuming, just kind of getting as much out. Again, if you don't have a super high budget, costumes is a really great way to make the performance look exciting and expensive, but if you don't have a lot of cash. This is coming from someone who watched every single season of Project Runway, so I've seen how $100 can turn into something amazing. Okay, and then picture 7 again, we can see the guitar. So styling is really, really cool here, and I think it'll stand out. Little bit of a shame that San Marino and Cyprus are in the same semi-final, because I do think that they're going to overlap a little bit in terms of badassery and the kind of general vibe. It looks like we're going to get a little bit of pyro, so that's cool. I'm not sure if San Marino TV have given them a little bit of cash, but pyro's expensive, so somebody's paying for it. And I really love this clock here, giving an idea of the LEDs. We're going to get these black, pinks and whites again, obviously in relation to the time. You can see the clock is at 11:11, so I'm still thinking this is a little bit of a wild card. You can see, I believe these are the monsters we saw earlier. They've disrobed and they've become these skeleton twins. So really, really, really cool moment. I think San Marino needs to go daring. Even Achille Lauro did really, really, really shocking stuff and he didn't get through. I feel like this is very much in the same vein. It's a really good artist with a song that's maybe a bit too medium, trying to come up with a big show, and even Achille Lauro didn't make it through, and I thought his show was absolutely wild. Is this wild enough? I don't know, but it's definitely very colorful and vibrant. Yeah, the TikTok is really great. Fantastic energy. When they get to that, I think it's a flamenco breakdown or something. Someone told me in the comments, I've already forgotten. That's when the skeletons disrobe. So a lot of great energy here. I would love this to go through. Really, I think this is a great entry and it would be fantastic to have it in the final. And Megara really want to be there as well. 12 points probably coming from Spain. That will help. And that's nice because San Marino don't usually get any help. So it's nice that they could get a little bit of a boost from Spain. So yeah, I would love to be wrong about this. My gut instinct is that'll be kind of like 12th, 13th. Okay, next up is Nutsa singing Firefighter for Georgia. So I posted about this on Twitter yesterday. This looks like classic fire-themed girly bop staging. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Georgia on a 6 non-qualification streak. Do what you gotta do, girl, to get across the line. I really, really like her outfit. This gorgeous orange toned copper metallic outfit. Really, really, really cool. And the way that lights are gonna hit off it as well. This is really, really nice. Possibly a tiny bit over-designed in some aspects. But, you know, she's got the gloves. I think the hair looks great in as well. Overall, I'm very positive about this. I think it is really, really striking. It looks gorgeous against the LED backdrop. Really, really good choice. I think this is something she'll feel comfortable in as well. We're going to have 4 dancers on stage, I think, and then maybe 1 backup singer off stage. The guys look like they've got this cool kind of war outfit. Actually reminded me a little bit of, were there similar outfits for Iru from Georgia in her music video last year? I think they also had this kind of like kilt style. Maybe it's like a traditional, she's going for the beautiful woman surrounded by muscle doob vibe. Perfect. Classic girly bop 101 strategy. I think it looks great. The fire theme looks cool. we're just getting fire imagery. Like this is just going to be lots and lots of fire and, you know, hair flips and muscle dudes probably taking their tops off and choreography. I think this is just playing to Nuts' strength. She seems like she's a real powerful diva, and this looks like the type of thing that she's going to get excited about. It seems to fit her style and her personality. So this feels like a collaboration between the Georgian delegation and her. It looks like she still gets to stand still a lot of the time so she can focus on the vocals, which we know are super, super strong because she was a finalist in American Idol. This is like better strategy from Georgia this year. I feel this just makes more sense to me. You know, it's not particularly innovative. They're not like breaking any barriers or anything like that. They're going to a safe space in fire-themed girly bop realness. You know, we can see here the dudes just giving were muscle dudes worshipping Nuts. That's fine. I would kind of worship her as well. Picture 8, and it looks like we're going to get some slower moments with the silhouette. I really, really would love Georgia to go through. This looks good enough to me from the photos. Obviously, we need to see what the final performance looks like. But if we just get like this fun, upbeat, carefree, switch your brain off vibe with really strong vocals, the dancing looks clean, camera cuts are nice, maybe a little bit of edge in the camera cuts would help as well. I think that this can scrape through to the final and break Georgia's really, really long non-qualification streak. That would be so nice. Let me watch the TikTok video. God, that TikTok's really great. It looks really well rehearsed, really well put together. I like the choreo. Her voice sounds so good. I think she's gonna win a lot of votes on this. This just feels like a real talent. And it's nice to see. Last year I was disappointed that they left Iru on the stage on her own. I felt like in the music video we had these dancers with super cool costumes, but they didn't bring them. I would guess the reason was financial, but this year they've got the 4 guys. It just elevates it. It gives it the extra energy, it gives it extra fun and music video vibe. This is really, really solid. I definitely think that this deserves to be in the final. Really, really, really rooting for Georgia. I think if you're watching this, let's give Georgia a little bit of help. Let's vote for them. Great to see if Georgia and Ireland could both break their non-qualification streak. It would be great for Latvia as well, but I don't know. And it would be great for Denmark as well, but their non-qualification streak is only 3, so they don't know the same pain that us Latvians, Georgians and Irish people feels. Not that I want more people to feel that pain, but yeah, there's a special pain when you get to 4+ non-qualifications in a row. Dutch people know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's move on. So next up we've got Musty singing Before the Party is Over for Belgium. This got massively slated on Twitter. What's new with Twitter? Twitter loves crapping on people. I think this is fine. I don't think it's like incredibly wow, but like this isn't dropping the ball for me. I thought that it was going to be a little bit darker. Instead, they've gone for this white outfit. Again, this is the first rehearsal. Potentially they might change it for the second or later ones. But like styling wise, I think this is fine. Seems very, very keen to take his top off. That's okay. The music video was a little bit more edgy. He was wearing like a leotard, I believe, and then he had this hat on with pearls. So it was a little bit more androgynous. This seems a little bit more bodice ripper cover. It's a little bit more like open white flowing shirt. Sexy book. So I'm not sure where they've gone for that. Although he does have the picture 5. He does have this like a glitter top underneath. I think it could have been better. I would have appreciated something a little bit more weird, kind of like what Nemo's got. Again, hopefully there is a different costume for the later rehearsals. The main theme of it, picture 3, seems to be this singing within the microphones. I'm getting the impression that he's going to start in the microphones, do the first bit there, and then walk out and then do an emotional bit on the floor. We've seen these microphones before from Agony in Benidorm Fest last year. And then I know Spice Girls did it as well in their music video for Spice Up Your Life. I'm sure many, many other people have also done this. So I do think that viewers at home are going to watch this and say that they've seen this at least one other place before, because, you know, all these microphones, like people are trying to get your attention and put pressure on you. I think it's a visual image that's already been done before. So I'm fine with it, but it doesn't feel super fresh to me. I was hoping that this staging was just going to be like really raw, like raw.com, super soily on the ground, like writhing around, maybe in tar pit or something. I was hoping they'd bring in like a baby swimming pool and just fill it up with mud and tar, just have him like writhing around and kind of, you know, very dramatic poses and hair flicks and stuff. And that's what I loved about the music video, is how like raw and intense it was, and he was kind of writhing and doing these really spasmodic postures. It looks like there's going to be a little bit of that. I wanted close crops and real intimacy, rawness. That's just what I keep saying that word. That's the word that I wanted this performance to embody, was raw emotion. This looks a little bit more cleaner, prepared. It just like a little bit more choreographed. Like, it's fine. I really do feel like with this and with the vocals being a little bit off, I'm just not considering Belgium as a potential winner anymore. It's just like slowly trickling down. Now, who knows? It could surprise. You know, these are just still photos. It doesn't give an image of, well, let's watch the TikTok. Oh no. Yeah, oh, the TikTok. Oh, that's not a good TikTok. Okay, so first of all, the microphones are rotating around. So it looks like he's going to stay there while vocals still sound off to me. And then there's a little bit of smoke come up, which does look cool. It looks like he's going to come out of the microphones, and then the end refrain where he repeats "the party is over" many times. It looks like he's going to play that to the audience with his top open. It's giving boy band in the 90s. That was like the classic move with boy bands, is they'd have their shirt that had Velcro in it, and they could open their shirt towards the end. You know, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC didn't do it as much. Backstreet Boys definitely did. 98 Degrees absolutely were allergic to their t-shirts. But so yeah, I don't know. It's not the kind of like edgy expensiveness that I wanted. It doesn't look like he's going to get on the ground. I wanted this performance to be very introspective, like almost like no one else is there, and he's just kind of having this moment in himself. And it looks like it's very much playing up to the crowd. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but I liked this introspection that we got in the music video, and it looks like we're deviating away from that. Also, he's got no makeup on. I was hoping that we're going to get some eyeliner, some mascara, some big eyelashes like Clockwork Orange. So maybe, hopefully there's going to be some makeup for the final. But like, yeah, the androgyny is gone from this. We had the pearls in the music video. We had a lot of makeup on, and now this just more looks like boy band member. Yeah, let's just be right. Just disappointed with this styling. It's not right. The storytelling just isn't right either. You know, we've seen Belgium mess things up before with Smthngnw in 2018, where they took an absolutely sensational song and they just staged it wrong. There's no other way to say it. They staged it so freaking wrong, and it just killed the song. That song should have easily been top 10 if it was staged correctly, and it was done badly. And this year again, some of the decision making, I just disagree. And it's weird because the music video was perfect. I was saying winner vibes during that, because that visual concept and emotion that they created in the music video was fantastic. And it seems like they've just like dumped it in the bin and they've gone for 90s boy band instead. Yeah. Hopefully this is just the photos not giving the true representation. Okay, next up we have Estonia. It's 5 and Pull Up singing the drug song. I can't say it in Estonian. I was hoping that they would revamp the name. Have we ever had a name revamp before? Usually when we get a song translated into English, they revamp the name, like Best of This Year. They should have revamped the song title into something that people can appreciate on screen. Never mind. My main thing about this song was I wanted to look neater, more composed, less chaotic. I don't mind a little bit of chaos as long as there's some semblance of organization in it. This does look a little bit more organized. Really nice outfits here. It looks like they're all wearing different outfits, but there's a common theme where we've got this black. I really like this front outfit on. I think that's one of the members of Pull Up. It is from Pull Up. That's very elegant. Image 2, we have this same back-to-back dancing which we had in the East Live final. Yeah, I've seen this like back-to-back squat being done by people in the gym before. I don't know. It feels a little bit gimmicky to me. I don't think it looks particularly cool in my opinion, but never mind. The main thing for me in this, which gives me hope, is that this image 4, I really like this because there is this kind of like back and forth struggle that's in the song, I believe, where you've got two people kind of debating, arguing, and something as simple as this, one side is green, one side is pink. Perfect. Majority of people aren't going to speak Estonian. They won't know what the song is about. This is so clear. You've one guy moving forward in the green section and then moving back, and then another guy in the pink section moving forward while he sings and moving back. Really, really, really clear what's happening. It is this debate. It's this conflict, tug of war between two people. Fantastic. That is really clever staging. That wasn't in Easti Lau that I remember. If it was in Easti Lau, it wasn't very prominent, and it's more prominent now. So I'm really, really happy about this because it just gives the song, it explains it to the people at home, and it also delineates, and it just looks clean. You've got these two colors on each side. So I really was happy to see that. 5, we're going to get lots of this dancing, the kind of iconic dance, which I think is a really, really cool viral dance. Other than that, not too much exciting visual stuff. We have this kind of like cube theme where it looks like kind of like cube Roblox blocks put on, or like Minecraft or something. Yeah, just stacked cubes everywhere, which is fine. We saw that again with the green and the pink earlier. So nothing really wow here. I think they're going for a very raw performance where we're going to have the steady cam on stage going around. Again, hopefully think that we can get this conflict between the two groups across, but without it just looking like a drunken brawl or drunken fight at the end of the night. So this should qualify. This song is more than good enough to qualify, more than fun and Talavote appealy. Talavote appealy, new word. We're coming up with words every day here on this channel. If they don't, I really do think they've only got themselves to blame. Let's watch the TikTok. That'll give us an idea. They really remind me of Polapunk from Iceland. Okay, yeah, the TikTok is grand. It looks like they're going to start off in the audience and then walk up, and then we have this debate and then come in. It looks like they've got a little bit more organization at the back of the stage. The choreography looks pretty simple. It is like, be in this place at this time. So there's a little bit of walking going on. Yeah, this should make it through. Not really anything super wow or massive elevation, let's be real. This is just a neatening up. Okay, next up we have Eden Galan singing Hurricane for Israel. The main thing to note here is that we've got another circle prop. So Don's had one earlier with his ballad, and now we have Israel also with a ballad and also with this circle prop. Keep in mind we have a ballad earlier in the contest with France, so I think this is going to massively influence Don. I don't know if people are going to look at this and go, oh, this is a better version of the circle prop because it does look a little bit more expensive, or because that they've got 5-6 people on stage, they're going to be able to do more tricks with it. Or are people going to look at this and say, hey, we saw this 5 songs ago, did they just reuse the prop? So I don't know which way that this can go. I still think the majority of people with this schism that's happened in the community this year, I still think that some people are just going to vote for this regardless. So I don't think they'll care that Don was earlier. But yes, this looks like it could impact him. Okay, next up we have Gote singing Ulvaham for Norway. Some absolutely stunning pictures here. This first one I think is the wow one that I saw a lot of people sharing on social media. This gorgeous lighting effect with the smoke going through, giving this kind of cloud nature feel. Very much like an icy tundra theme going on, which we kind of had in Melodi Grand Prix, the Norwegian national final. Yeah, the key word here for me is deluxification. We can see that key moment that I always talked about from Melodi Grand Prix where she leans back in the rock. They have kept that and everything just looks more expensive. Look at her dress. It's absolutely so pretty. It looks like it's been handmade. Then we've got the rock, which has been deluxified as well. We've got bushes coming out of it. Beautiful background image, kind of nature, but with this kind of swirl in it. Just stunning. This is the recap moment for the song. This is absolutely and utterly wow. This color palette's gorgeous, this blue icy feel. Just look at these silhouettes, absolutely gorgeous, giving a kind of glacier feel as well. These like those blues you see in really, really big glaciers up in the Arctic. Picture 10, and again, this is stunning, absolutely beautiful. I'm getting a real Neolithic primordial feel. This almost looks like cave paintings, these strokes on the wall, but also look natural as well. We're getting these like river, it looks like a mix of rivers, clouds, and glaciers. And then we have this rock island that she's on, which does look a little bit more expensive. It's got a little bit more production value in it. This just looks like a more expensive version of Melodi Grand Prix, which is what I wanted. I thought the performance in Melodi Grand Prix was absolutely wow, because this wasn't one of my favorite songs when I did my initial reactions to the 18 songs of Melodi Grand Prix. But then when I watched the show, they blew my socks off. I thought it was absolutely sensational. I've seen a few people who are worried about this because they feel like it's divisive. Keep in mind, you can only vote for songs, you can't vote against. I do think some people won't like Gunhild's vocal, definitely, but I think a lot of people won't mind it or think that it sounds very beautiful. And then this imagery is just really, really wow. The other thing is, picture 2, look at the other members of the band doing their tricks. We've got a guy throwing his guitar up. We saw in the national final that they were spinning their guitar around their bodies. All 5 members of the band are so experienced. This is a group who've been together for decades. Everyone is going to be serving, not just Gunhild leaning back on the rock. You can be able to look at all other people. This is definitely going through. Norway are not going to give up their 6 qualification streak for nothing, especially with such an experienced band with a fantastic song. Looks like we might get a real vulnerable moment with Gunhild. She looks really wild here. I love this idea with her hair that's kind of all scraggly, and then we've got this gorgeous dress on, giving us that slight element of a wolf lady. Yeah, TikTok looks fantastic. We have these breaking waves as she goes into the chorus. The spinning rock, some parts of it look cheap, but I think that those are the parts that aren't going to be on camera. I think everything from a certain line up is what is seen, and that all looks very deluxified. And then below that, they just said, well, it's not on camera, so we're not going to bother. I hope that they have the on-screen graphics as well. So in Melodi Grand Prix, they had these bars coming down which kind of moved on, which I thought looked super cool, with images of things freezing and unfreezing and waves coming in and out. I thought that looked amazing. I'm usually actually not a big fan of on-screen graphics, but for me that totally worked. So keep in mind we might have that as well. We won't know until we see the rehearsal and what's actually on screen. I feel great about this. I think it's such a beautiful entry, so different from Norway, just showing off that they have other types of music, because it's very much been pop or pop with a fun vibe, and this is just something a little bit more earthy, folk, traditional rock. Fantastic. I love this entry so much. I'm very sure this is going to be in the final. Don't worry if you're Norwegian. Am I giving you a Tom guarantee it's going to be in the final? No, because I don't want to get myself into legal trouble, but I'm very confident that it will be there. Okay, last but definitely not least, we have Joost Klein from the Netherlands singing Europapa. Now, I heard some stuff, I'm sure this has like been whispers that have been contorted, but I heard some whispers that he wasn't very happy about the fact that rehearsal photos would be released. Maybe that was something that he didn't realize was like a tradition in Eurovision. I suppose that in hindsight, that does kind of make sense. You don't normally show preview photos from a concert. But yeah, I feel like they're not showing off too much here. We can see that his outfit is going to be similar to the music video, which is great. I thought the outfit in the music video was perfect. This kind of like very funny Europe style with the Europe jacket with the pointy sleeves and his hair in the mullet. We've also got the Europapa bird as well. I'm not sure what that's meant to symbolize, but it's super fun in front of what looks like it could be some sort of like alien device. I think it's, or maybe it's a keyboard with lots of wires coming out. Another guy at the same thing. I'm not sure if there's two of them on stage or if this is the bird revealed. I like what they've done with the cubes here, because it looks like they've almost tilted it, giving it this like kind of zany, crazy vibe. Image 4, and we can see that there's going to be some choreography here with dancers in the background, and I like that we can see as well here these kind of like EU flag colors dappled in the kind of Croatian flag style with these like checkered pattern. Image 7, and we can see him doing his goofy face as well. It does feel like they're holding back. It does feel like they're not wanting to show off too much. Like, I think a lot of stuff is going to happen in this, because if you actually look at these 10 photos, like 4 of them are Joost kind of going like, hey, up close to the camera. And then we have one image of, it looks like German sausage, German spicy sausage. So yeah, I think that they don't want to reveal too many secrets. The Dutch team, you know, it's Twan van der, I can never say his surname, and Joost together, I think is a little bit of a dream team of staging. And they say that they've got something that's physically impossible in the staging as well. Plus we have the slow bit at the end. We don't know how that's going to be presented either. So yeah, this feels very strategic. I did notice that the Netherlands dropped a little bit in the odds. I think they went down to 4th. Yeah, they did. Italy moved back up into 3rd place. I wouldn't worry about that. I would be curious to know what is his ambition? Is it just to win the televote? Does he want to win? Like, does he care? Or does he just want to be in Eurovision and put on an amazing show? Like, this looks to me super fun. I'm really excited to see what this is, but I really feel like what we're seeing is like 20% of it. Whereas with some other countries, I feel like they're kind of showing off 80, 90%. You can get the vibe. Let's have a look at the rehearsal. His rehearsal clip as well has 1.6 million views. I think Greece had the most views overall. Greece is sitting at 2.3 million. Switzerland 0.8 million. I think Poland had 1.2 million as well. So he's got a head mic as well, which I like, which means he's really going to be moving around. So there's going to be a marching bit. I think the LEDs are doing a lot of work here. So yeah, the TikTok is very close up. They don't want to show off too much of the LEDs, but it looks like there's going to be like a computer game theme going on in the background. So almost like he's in a Minecraft world and he's running around all these European cities. And then the Gabba part, we can see him dancing with a big smile on his face. And we've got some LED dancers as well. So it looks like there's a huge emphasis on the LEDs and the visual package, and then him interacting in front of it. This looks like it's going to be super joyful and fun. I'm so excited, not just to see this on TV, but to watch this in the arena. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. This is one of my favorite songs this year. But yeah, again, I think we are only seeing the tip of the iceberg. I think there's this whole other iceberg under the water of fun and surprises and secrets, which are coming up later. And when that happens in semi-final number 2, I think that Joost will probably climb back up in the odds again. The big question is going to be, how is he going to get those jury points? And we'll understand that better once we've seen the full package. Okay, so that's what I thought about all the songs that rehearsed on day 4 of Eurovision 2023. What did you think? Leave me a comment in the comments section down below. No new donations on Buy Me Coffee or PayPal, but if you want to support the channel, I'll leave links to you in the description down below. And of course, thanks to all my patrons for patronizing me from all around the world. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link for you in the description. But of course, thank you so much just watching, and maybe leaving a like and maybe sharing the video. And thanks so much for watching. See you in another Eurovision analysis video very soon. Goodbye. Blah, 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 blah.